Hi guys, I think the last video that I uploaded was like quite some time ago. On the last video, I said that I'm going to upload a video about nitrogen in Bahasa Melayu, but then things got a little busy and it's delayed for quite some time. And actually, I have already captured the video, and now it's in the middle of the process of editing. I will try to like put it up maybe next week. Anyway, today is another vlog. So we are actually, oh, let me get the camera right. So this vlog is about the dosing. So cause I have been busy and it's very hard for me to properly maintain the nutrients in my tank, so I decided to install a dosing pump. So this is the new tank, just trimmed some time ago. Let me try to get some footage of it for you guys to see, just in case if you guys are interested. This I think trimmed maybe like 3-4 days ago. Now the plants has grown back a bit. Okay. So anyway, back to the dosing. So I have installed a dosing pump for this one. This is the old school one, where we can program the amount that the dose that I wanted to dose, and the time and the frequency of the dose. So it's connected to the nutrients here. This is the iron, and there's a lot more behind there. You can see it at the back of the trailer. And let's come to the one over here. So the camera is not working right. Okay. So for this one and the rest of it, actually we are using the newer one. This one run with Wi-Fi. So you can control it using an apps, which I find it's easier to use than the one that non-Wi-Fi one. But you do have to have Wi-Fi in order to operate this, because there's no button here. You can't operate without the Wi-Fi. But luckily, if you have Wi-Fi, connecting the dosing pump to your Wi-Fi system is actually quite easy. So because I know there's some products that need Wi-Fi and it's very hard to get it connected to the router, but this is quite easy, and the connection is actually quite strong. So but you do need the account with the brand, but it's pretty easy to do. So as you can see, all the hose is going down here to the let me get the camera down. Okay, to the, you can see it. Let me get this out of it. The aquavitro nutrients back there. So you might notice that there's only 4 of them, but it's okay, because the aquavitro carbonate, which is the potassium, I only dose it when I'm after water change. The mineralized is the discharge also after water change. So this 3 is for the nutrients that need to be dosed frequently. So this one I'm using it for the activate, which is the phosphorus, synthesis, which is the nitrogen, and this is the propel iron, and the last one is the NV, which is the trace element. So you can program on the dose to separate several times a day, and you can dose it every day, alternate day, or 3 days one. You can set it easily with the apps, and how many ml do you want to dose, you can do it. But before you start to dose it, you actually have to have the dosing pump calibrated, because the liquid have different what do you call it, viscosity. So it might different flow, so the pump need to know how many revolutions it have made in order to dose a certain amount of the solutions. So in order to do that, there's a calibration. For the older unit, you have to let it run the calibration by pumping 100 ml of water. The newer one, you can actually adjust how many ml you want to run in order to calibrate the dosing pump. But I assume more the pump it will be more accurate. But then again, I'm calibrating the newer one with only 20 ml. That's because the more accurate measuring cup I have is the only one I have is the Sierra test tube, which is 20 ml. So I calibrate with 20 ml. I think it's okay because I'm not using a large volume of those for planet tank. And after like I think more than maybe a month I'm using it, it's giving me no problem, so it's okay to use 20 ml to calibrate. And then you will, oh yeah, and you might notice I say ml because the pump it can't dose less than 1 ml. Yeah, so for the small tank like this, that would be a problem because when you dose it, this like activate and synthesis, we might be talking about like 0.1 ml. So that means you can't use the dosing pump, but I diluted it. I think it put it in this cabinet over here. As you can see, this is the original bottle. This one hold the, let me see what I hold here. This is the NV trace element. So you can see the activate. It's 33.33% activate, which means I have diluted with RODI water. Dilute it. So I was able to use 1 ml for the 2 feet tank, but for this one it's still too. The dosage is still less than 1 ml, but I changed the frequency to 2 days once. Let's say I'm supposed to use it once a day. I use it for I dose it 2 days once, so I can double dose. It's okay. So yeah, I'm even using it for my larger tank. I'm even using it for my larger tank. This one. We are trimming the tank right now. The dosing pump is all the back at here. Yeah, you can mount it vertically. It's worked perfectly fine. So you can mount it vertically, and you can see the tube. It's like over there. So yeah. So I was able to more accurately control my nutrients in my tank better than when I'm doing it myself, and a lot easier as well. The only drawback is there's a lot of air holes that going in and out of the tank, but I think you can get around it by better managing of the tube. But for over here, I'm just doing it like this. I think using soft tube will be better than the normal silicone tube. Yeah, so that's it for today, and until next time, and Selamat Hari Raya. Bye.